It's time.
Kablooey!
All right, here we go.
The Cocktail Show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Oh, I like that.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
Ooh.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Cocktail Show.
Gary.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's Garry Meier.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's the Garry Meier Show Cocktail Hour live.
Cocktails. Woo, drinks.
We're streaming live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central.
On Friday, April 14th, 2023.
And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. Did you know there's a World Circus Day? Yesterday, to celebrate, the folks at Cirque du Soleil invited me over to their theater on the west side of Disney Springs at Walt Disney World to see 2 of the new acts that recently became part of Drawn to Life. That's the family-friendly show presented by Cirque du Soleil and Disney that tells the story of the love between a father and a daughter, drawing inspiration from Walt Disney Animation Studios' 100-year heritage of storytelling. 10 times a week, iconic Disney stories and characters are brought to life in the theater through a combination of Cirque du Soleil acrobatic performances, choreography, new musical scores performed by live musicians that draw upon familiar Disney tunes, and brand new animation created by Disney artists and other effects created by Walt Disney Imagineers. As for the circus known as the Garry Meier Show Cocktail Hour Live, the best way to watch this show is the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
YouTube. Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Please like and share the show on all the social media channels.
Comments during the live show, wherever we are streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio.
We may show them on the screen
and or talk about them.
Now, fasten your seatbelts. It's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Live.
Come on. Leslie, I'm putting the good karma out there.
Can't we all just get along?
Here we go. Boom. Shakalaka. Hi, everybody. You might know me as Gary Miller. Doesn't matter. We're here to have some FUN on this Friday. And the last thing I heard right before we went into the opening was Leslie holding up her wine bottle going, ooh, look at the buildup. And then we went right into the opening. So I feel this is going to be a good takeoff. First, I will kick the tires and light the fires to get, well, almost the wheels up. One more cycle has to happen, and that's the removal of the condom. Leslie.
Check this out, you guys.
Look at that.
I mean,
wow.
Whoop,
that's got
whoop, we have something going on here.
That's going to blow. That's going to blow real good. Okay, you're going to blow
by
that
the way,
real
another
good.
Oyster Bay. God, I'm becoming kind of it's my thing now. I love
kind of an
wine,
alcoholic, isn't that like kind of pregnant?
not an alcoholic. I'm an aficionado of Oyster Bay Chardonnay. But here we go.
Here it goes. Watch the cat's eyes. Watch it. Oh. Whoa, there it went. That away.
Cat's laying right here, so she's safe.
All right. Cheers.
Yeah. Happy Friday, y'all.
Really, Leslie, it's kind of a sad Friday because Ryan Seacrest did his last show with Kelly Lee, and there were tears shed.
Were there?
Yes, and then I just saw where live with Kelly and formerly Ryan, that it was pre-taped today. Wouldn't you do your last show live since it's billed live? But I don't know why they pre-taped it. Well, these people are busy. They don't have time to show up for millions of dollars every day when they want to be somewhere else on the weekend and have a 3-day weekend. Anyway, tears were shed. And I read after, I watched a few minutes of it, and they were going to show highlights of Ryan's many years on this show. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to waste a whole hour on this. The first one and only one that I saw was him falling off a chair. I challenge you to tell me 2 things this man has said over the years that you remember as superbly entertaining.
At those moments, those unforgettable Ryan Seacrest quips that we've come to expect. Let me guess, the other thing that they showed was him dressed in Halloween costumes. Isn't that's the only thing I know about that show?
I only saw him fall off a chair on a New Year's Eve show or whatever. That was it. And then I read where he said that words are his bread and butter. That's why he loves being on radio and television. And I'm thinking, well, you make a lot of bread, but you provide very little butter. That's all I can say. This man,
aren't there t-shirts
God bless him.
out there?
What? He sells t-shirts?
Words are my bread and butter. I mean,
yeah, he should sell those.
right there. Whew, golly, Ryan.
There. There's something. There's one. That's a logo or a catchphrase.
Sure. Can I assume some of the crying was Kelly realizing that she now has to work with her husband and that the two of them will never be apart, and that might be a little hard on a relationship?
Okay, I hear you, and I think that that's balanced out by the fact that they're going to have a dual income family, multi-millions, as opposed to just a few million, multi now. Because she's making,
he's over six figures.
Well, yeah.
He's a newbie. Is it?
She makes $20 million a year.
He have to serve an internship?
Leslie, she makes $20 million a year. If he makes half of that, that's still good. That all goes into the same pot.
That's true. You can buy some time apart so that you don't get tired of each other. Oh, so poor Ryan. This only leaves him with what, like 7 jobs now?
Yeah, he's down to 7, I think.
Oh.
Tears were shed. I hope I don't ever, if I ever say, okay, we're going to do a tribute show to me, this is the last show, and I start doing that kind of bullshit, somebody pull the plug on me and the show. That blubbery, you have had these people an amazing run, a gift, a lottery win, and start crying for what? Because you're going to just have, like Leslie said, 7 jobs remaining? What are you crying about?
There's no crying in morning TV.
Jeez.
I mean, let's face it, all those people who have those morning shows, all the girls from The View and stuff, you are living in some rarefied air up there. And
yeah, don't give me this. Oh my God, what fun we had over the last 6, 7, 8. I don't know how long he was up, too long. And the crying and this is he didn't give us a cure for cancer. It's not like, oh my God, and he's dying of something like that. This is just one guy who's a zillionaire leaving one job to attend to many others, and he's crying. He should go get on his knees. I'm not found out yet. People are still handing me checks, and they don't realize that I got nothing, but I'll take it. Hey, that's the American way. God bless them for doing it.
And so there was no way they didn't want these tears to be seen either, because it's pre-recorded. So that could have ended up on a cutting room floor, but no. Is that too old to say a cutting room floor? Does that? Because now it's just digitally extracted, I get. So, but either way.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, we're gonna give you a 3, 2, 1 here. Can you whip up a little bit of the waterworks for us? The girls love it. Come on, can you do that?
Wait, do you think they pre-taped it because it was going to be so emotional that they would have had to stop and regroup? Is that it?
Well, I'm thinking that there would be no emotion and they had to somehow cultivate some. Okay, Ryan, we're gonna try that again. Can you just choke up a little bit, look at Kelly, look back at the camera, and tell her what a great run it's been?
I can't. I like when news people retire and they show clips of them doing stories. Wow. Ooh. Okay. Remember when I did this house fire 5 years ago?
Regrets.
Really?
I've had a few.
I'm too cynical. I admit it. I'm too cynical to live. I don't have any compassion or something. But maybe, okay, here's what happened today. So I'm looking at my Facebook messages, and this woman that had been sending me just little postings, mostly religious stuff, inspiring religious stuff over the months. Today, out of nowhere, I was told by a friend that you're scamming me and you're a son of a bitch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Because you asked for a social security number, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I said,
birthday.
listen, I'm trying to send some Amazon gift cards and I can't get to my. And then I replied to her. I said, wait a minute, whoa, pump the brakes here.
Yeah.
You would send me messages and I would just respond like, thank you, that's nice. How am I scamming you? So this is what's going on out there. This is the nonsense that we deal with day in and day out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my! Okay,
you don't
Johnny,
know what to believe anymore. That's the thing.
Well,
now
nothing.
the days of AI and all the scamming going on, you just don't know what to believe. You know what you can believe us. We will never
believe
hurt
us. Yeah, we live our truth. Yeah.
Okay. It's so beautiful.
Listen,
I'm putting that in the goodbye reel. We live our truth.
Listen, this is how it's going to roll. One day, I'm going to come on and at the end of the show go, hey, this is it. Thank you. This was fun. That's it. Because there's no need to go into the
we have video prepared for that. It goes like this.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. That's pretty much it. That's all I need. Hey, Johnny from Michigan saw the Super Mario Brothers movie, said it was fantastic. I would imagine it made $500 million its opening weekend.
Well, do you get the feeling that people might want to have some just mindless entertainment?
No.
I'm not saying I'm just
I got video for that too. It goes like this.
How is it? Let's go to the comments, and then I want to get into some other stuff here. All right. Keely Ann, she checked in with, I've been sunning my schnauzer all week. I'll bet there are no tan lines. Like hearing that.
Yeah.
And then Martin from British Columbia, he's always checking in from the Northwest. Beautiful territory there. And David R. What a beautiful day for you and your special friends to play with the schnauzer in the park. Oak Lawn, Illinois. Yeah, it is. Samantha, how are you? Checking in from Mundelein, Illinois. Yes, I think she won last week or the week before. She's a winner. We're going to give stuff away. As
anybody who watches this show is going to be a winner. Because
that's right.
I mean, think about it. No breaking news, nothing too heavy. Only
the only
few
thing that's
tears
heavy
when they're called for.
This glass is kind of heavy. Holding my Manhattan. Hey, this is a Greek Easter, or it's going to be a condom in somebody's future, and a ball liquor. This is Greek Easter weekend.
So we can still give away slime-filled Easter eggs. So, I might have to throw an extra one in there. But thanks, Tracy from Wisconsin, for providing those.
And most people that are of Greek heritage will tell you, if not all of them, Greek Easter is the true Easter. Okay, fine.
Tikanis, all my Greek friends.
All right, and
that's how you say hello.
What is it?
Tikanis.
That's Greek. Okay.
Yeah. Katsakamu. I grew up in a Greek neighborhood. I learned all the good things. You want to see me swear in Greek? Skata.
Yes.
Yeah. There. I just did it.
What'd you do? What'd you say? Louder?
Yeah,
louder?
You just go skata. It's how you say shit. Skata.
Okay, that's how you say. My friend George, see George in the comment section. He's Greek and he's got a big to do this weekend. And we are checking in with Charles from WRLR. What is he saying? Give your schnauzer plenty of water. It's hot outside. A lot of the country is enjoying very nice weather. More than usual this time of year. That's good.
Although here in the Chicago area, we are in the 81 degrees right now, but they said maybe within the next couple of days there could be snow. So we're still in that battle,
fighting each other. Yeah. The producer of the program, Alan, lives in Orlando. That's why you always see a lot of the updates from Disney World. He's in the shadow of Disney World, and apparently it's 89 degrees there. All right. And Kevin, He's checked in. Hey, Gary, Leslie, Mega Millions drawing tonight. I think it's 476 million. I already got my tick. Ready to go.
How are you going to spend it, Gary?
Well, I have a plan. I'm all ready to go.
Can I assume it's going to be that slide that Alan put up there? There's going to be a red line through the Fridays at 5:00, and that'll be the end of Gary Meier.
Yeah, there it is. That's all that we'll have, and I'm gone. Greg,
and I'll
how
be
are
sitting
you?
here crying.
Howdy, y'all from, is it, I don't know, I can't remember, Dacula or Dacula, Georgia, home of the Fighting Undead.
Oh, then I think it should be Dacula to rhyme
Greg,
with Dracula.
Slow gin and root beer for me. Sounds good. And Stick Save is checked in. He's from the home of Bettenhausen, Illinois, there, Tinley Park. Thank you, Stick Save. Rose. How are you? Going to the screen door in just a minute.
How are you?
Streaming Schnauzer, yes. Fetch on all fours. Rose comment. Is that available? All right.
Is it Rose or Row?
Well, there's a Rose and a Row. All right. And Mac has checked in. Seems to be some trouble in the comment department to put him on the screen.
Teeny bit of
Technical.
goo.
Well, that happened right after. Well, a little bit of goo there. Mild chop. That happened right after Alan put up. Oh, there it is. Hello from Mesa, AZ. After he put up technical difficulties, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
There you go.
Don't do that.
Last week's winner was from Arizona as well. So, hey, Arizona represent.
We like the Southwest. Send some peyote. Cindy, heading Alan's way in a couple of weeks. Alan, you want some Well, Alan's on the move. He's a moving target. He's always going to Disney World, coming home, changing, going back to Disney World. You'll probably see him at the park. That's where you'll see Alan.
Lots of scheduling conflicts, no question.
That's right. All right. A little screen door action. How do I hope? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Right? That match up?
Absolutely not. No.
See,
Not
I'm looking
even
at.
close.
I'm an idiot. Anthony and Michelle from Edison, Illinois. Doug 847. Okay.
Can
Doug
we
says,
still tell jokes like Greg has up there? How do you separate Greek men from Greek boys? In 2023, can we still tell jokes like that? That was one of my faves. So
we can, but it seems like everybody else doesn't want to. Everything's woke.
Everything is fair game. Come on.
This is the home of the kissing schnauzers. Okay. That's what we do. Hey, speaking of, you want to be in a good mood, so you don't want to go towards anything that's bad. I have never watched this show, Succession, that's very popular, until this episode that was on Sunday. I landed on it. I thought, okay, I'll watch this. And this is a pivotal episode. This is big deal.
We're like 3 or 4 seasons in, though, right?
Yeah, this is the final season. And I'm watching
Well, this is an interesting time to put a toe in the water.
Well, there you go. I thought, not much left. Let me check it out. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Everybody hates everybody. The siblings all hate each other, and it appears that the board that is run by the father hates the siblings. They're all trying to vie for the company. I don't know. I was so depressed. I don't want to watch this. I can find this on the street.
Exactly. Check out any boardroom in the US of A, and it's probably going on. And once again, this is maybe why the Mario Brothers movie is doing so well, despite the fact that everybody wanted to kneecap this from the beginning. There were people bitching because it was politically correct, people bitching because it was not politically correct. They should have had Italian accents.
What's not correct?
Some people were complaining that they didn't cast enough Italians.
It's a cartoon.
Once again, this is one of those things where, and I guess they were upset that Chris Pratt didn't have a stereotypical Mario Italian accent, and other people are saying, had he done that, that would have ticked off people as well. So everybody's just a little freaking edgy. And yet, on the other hand, it seems like everybody who's seen this movie says it was fun. It was cool.
It's made hundreds of millions of dollars. So I don't think anybody cares about political correctness. You're right. They just want to go and for a few hours escape all the fugazi, the wazi, the woozy.
Because I recently had a discussion with some people about the movie The Whale, and it got all these accolades. It got the Academy Award for the Best Actor, and everybody. It was a deep and to a person, no one has seen the movie because it's just so sad. I mean, you're talking about an incredibly overweight man who is got a broken relationship with his daughter, and it's like, yeah, that's
where does
totally
Leslie?
what we're
Maybe you know this. Where does the title come in? Do people call him the Whale?
Once again, I wasn't going to watch it. I love Brendan Fraser. I'm so glad that he's finally been, reintroduced to the Hollywood fold after having been sexually assaulted apparently in his earlier days and kind of played the whistleblower and all this. But once again, too much right now. I will read about this in 5 years and I'll absorb it in a much better fashion. I want to see something happy slappy. You know what's getting all the buzz? The fracking Barbie movie.
Really?
Everybody wants to see them. The trailer is going gangbusters. Everybody's like, it's stupid. It's Ryan Gosling as Ken and another Asian guy as Ken. And every other woman in the movie is named Barbie. It's hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Wait, there are two Kens, an Asian and a cock?
There are lots of Kens. And as we showed on the show not so long ago, they've even made a Ken who has vitiligo. In real Barbie and Ken fashion. You can buy a vitiligo Ken. It's just stupid. It's Barbie, and she's driving around in a pink convertible. Yep.
Okay.
Living in a plastic dream.
When is that coming out?
I think it's probably going to be one of those Memorial Day openings. I'm pretty sure it's got to be one of those things. I will tell you in a second.
And that will do gangbuster business for the very reason we've been talking about. I can't take it anymore. It's a little later I'm going to tell you how to do appropriate Tibetan tongue sucking because that's a popular thing now and you don't want to do it wrong. Suck my tongue.
Margot.
There's a way to do it and a wrong way, and we're going to show you the right way. Okay. Ruth and
Margot
section.
Robbie. It's not saying when it opens. If somebody out there knows exactly when it drops.
I think we'll find out. Ruth says the last season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Mrs. Maisel.
Maisel. Shamil. Maisel. See, I'm not up on my show today.
That's a good one.
I watched the first episode today. I enjoyed it. It was much. I did not enjoy the last season, so it was nice to see it return to something more entertaining.
Oh, okay. It's
because
Maisel.
She and Lenny Bruce have been like.
What is it?
Maisel.
Maisel. All right, Maisel. God damn it! There's too much to pay attention to.
She and Lenny Bruce have had kind of they've had sex. They've had a relationship, and now he's like pushing her out and onto the stage the way she doesn't know if she's right. Oh, it's very good.
And you were telling me, spoiler alert. Okay, I didn't say anything about Succession. I didn't drop that big plot moment. It's big, and it was weird. The whole thing was anyway. There's too much. There's too much to watch. I don't have. If I wanted to, I don't have the time. I allot time for my Double Beaver, America's Game, Wheel of Fortune. I like how they bill it. I just noticed this. They bill it as America's Game. Well, I think Jeopardy and Family Feud would tend to argue with that.
Is baseball saying, hey, what about me?
Over here, national pastime, assholes. Don't get over your skis.
Oh, that's an answer in one of the puzzles. Don't get over your skis.
Don't get over. Yeah. The Whale. Okay. So I'm sure there was some blowback that they didn't get a guy that was in real life overweight, right?
As a matter of fact, there was some talk that maybe somebody who is it treating obesity in the proper fashion? Are we handling this properly? Should Brendan Fraser have actually put on 800 pounds to play the role instead of donning a fat suit? As a matter of fact, SNL did a routine, did a skit where the original whale was in production and the poor schmuck that was hired to play the role actually did put on 600 pounds. And then they went, yeah, you know what? We're stopping production
Really?
for
Now
now.
that's funny.
That's funny.
Hey, I think I saw a cat go by your camera.
That was Tiffany. Tula. She was
Tula the
busy
cat.
today playing with the gator head that I got from Scott's
All right,
Vintage
there it
Antiques
is.
and Collectibles in North Aurora, Illinois.
It's too bad Vera Ellen isn't still alive. They could do a movie called The 2x4, and she would play the lead because she was anorexic, and that would be the balance. See, the whale, the
She
2x4.
was almost like a 2x2. I mean,
I know.
yeah, exactly.
I know.
Oh, Lordy.
Jeez. Okay. Well. Okay. So all that's going on while we speak, and we're here just to scrape it all off because we don't care about reality. It is not our friend, and we will move past it. Next week on this program, Jason Johnson will be on. He is the person who put together ProjectCanineHero.org. He has a sanctuary in Tennessee for dogs that retire from the TSA and the police departments and are now in no man's land unless a man like Jason takes them in and cares for them and gets them adopted. There is no program, there is no government program for these dogs after they retire, which I can't believe. You could take a few million from anything that the government pisses away and put it into taking care of these dogs, but they don't. Jason is doing that. And I'm going to play a video next week that he sent me. I'm telling you, by the end of it, I went through about 3 Kleenexes. It's this Vietnam vet and this dog. And I just really emotionally, you're gonna lose it because you realize, especially these Vietnam vets that went through hell, there was no diagnosis of PTSD, and they just went about all this craziness and nobody to talk to, nothing that could handle what they were going through. A lot of suicides from that group. And so these dogs become a very important part of their lives. Jason is doing God's work, and I'll have him on to talk about what's going on with ProjectCanineHero.org next week. All right.
You know, and with that in mind, I still have some Project Canine Hero swag. I'm going to throw something into this week's prize package from Project Canine Hero.
Cool. I like hearing that. All right. So that's what's going on in this program. Now, I mentioned on the tease this morning, the pre-moisten, that you have not seen the official GarrForce bartender, Jenna Duddleston, all month. And that's because Jenna has been super busy. And I tried to get her on one of the remaining Fridays in April. And she said, boy, I'd like to, but I can't. And I don't want to pre-tape. I'm not Kelly and Regis. I don't pre-tape this show. Well, some interviews, but not with Jenna, because you want to have that to and fro. So she said, would you mind if I came back next month? So in May, Jenna returns and we'll mix up some spring summer drinks. Be ready. Speaking of that, I officially started the weed whacker today. I whacked.
Did you now?
Yeah, I whacked, and boy, that felt good. The sound of that and people cutting their lawns. Oh, I love that.
Now, I have to ask, do you wear protective gear when you whack? Do you have some sort of covering for your eyes?
Yes, I wear safety glasses.
You do? Safety glasses?
Yeah, okay. And I'm glad you brought that up because one time I thought, well, I'm just going to whack a little bit. And in that little bit, something went into my eye in the corner and it was brutal. And you don't want to mess with that. That stuff flies around. You got to protect the eyes.
Because I was watching one of my neighbors whack, and I mean, he was that close to having a helmet on. And he was gear. He had gloves. He had the goggles.
Oh, you know what else I wear, Leslie? Ear coverings.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, because that's loud. And as you get older, all the concerts we've been to, that starts to accumulate. And I don't
What?
want, excuse me, I don't want to
What?
do any more damage to any more body parts than I've already done. Really,
Amen.
you are at the point now where you have to start putting stuff on account. And you don't want to damage any more than you have to damage.
On account of
Naturally.
things are going to skata. Sorry.
Huh? Huh? She's swearing in Greek. That's what she's doing. So listen, it's still daylight. A lot of daylight is still left as we sit here. It's 30 after the hour in all time zones.
Nice.
Moment of silence for that. Good. All right. Ryan is the guy from Wisconsin who we meet with every week. And
hey there.
Hey, Ryan. We've been talking about this story that is out of Waukesha, where you live, concerning this song.
Let's have a good time.
Yes, and it's got a lot of attention nationally. And then this week there was a protest, a friendly protest outside the school board meeting. And then after that, one of the teachers that was part of this is on administrative leave. They don't say if it's related or not, but it's definitely putting Waukesha on the map quite a bit.
Because this principal didn't want this song played for some event, right?
Right. Concert, I think it was a first grade concert.
And the song is?
I think it's Dolly Parton, Rainbow Land is the concert, is the song. So it's
she
just
and
got
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. So
and what's the problem with it?
I guess the lyrics are too mature for that.
That kind of LGBT undertones, and they're saying we'll do Rainbow Connection by the Muppets
right.
instead.
It wasn't there a
Let's
Beatles
get some
song
Kermit action in here.
Yeah,
Here Comes the Sun. I think
yes,
they replaced it with.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, it's just getting, as they said, it's getting Waukesha on the map. I think was it Kimmel or so one of the late night talk shows picked up Waukesha again. He had focused on us, I think 6 months ago or something about beer prices, and then he picked up this. So
little Waukesha, center of the universe now.
Center of the universe, right? And as you see, my background's different, and you may hear a baby talking in the background. We're on a road trip. I would almost say a bowling road trip, but we did hit some bowling alleys as we're headed. We're down at our friends in South Carolina. So
buy lottery tickets.
Buy lottery tickets. And one of the places we stopped at was a bowling alley, and I think I sent it to both of you and Tracy from Wisconsin. This is the real ball liquor. It's not the one that you're giving away. This is on the side of the building of a bowling alley. And
is that guy licking a bowling ball?
He is.
Is that from the Big Lebowski, right?
I think it probably is. No? It's on the side of a bowling alley in Asheville, North Carolina.
Is he putting his tongue in the hole? Is it one of the holes?
It's in the hole. It's in the hole. Oh wait, no, that's golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it in the hole.
So.
Oh God.
So I got a chuckle out of that as we pulled into the parking lot.
Okay, so it turns out, Ryan, let's face it, Waukesha has gotten a whole lot more interesting than anybody ever could have imagined. It's been ground zero for the best of times and the worst of times and all sorts of things. But you actually are bringing that juju with you when you road trip.
I am. We're getting all kinds of weirdness that's following me. And as I think I shared with them, I was helping our friends put their boat in, and we were at a boat launch, and there's 3 or 4 stalls by there. And I was, going to pull out and wave to the nice gentleman that was waiting to get in. And he gave me the finger, and I went, okay. And we moved on.
That's what I mean. Why do you want to watch Succession and have all that craziness and then go have somebody give you a finger? Your whole day's ruined.
Mm-hmm. So the craziness follows me. And then we were in Louisville, right close to where that bank shooting was.
You were there when it was happening. How far were you?
Half a mile. I mean, we got alerts on our phones to kind of stay, don't come out in there. And we're going, really? Wow. So that was very close to us, as I said, it was just right down the road.
And if you're new to the program, Ryan and his wife and son were at that parade in Waukesha where the car plowed through and killed people.
Right.
And his wife and son were inches away from the car.
They were. So this kind of spun up all that again, like what's going on. So it was, and then on top of that, we were dining al fresco, and there was a minor car wreck right out in front of the restaurant. So two Subarus smashed together, but she was going pretty fast because it crumpled the hood all the way back like an accordion. So the trouble's been following us a little bit, but we've been having, good times otherwise. But it was like, Jamie is like, what's going on? Is there a car coming through?
Yeah. You just seem to have that attraction of this stuff.
It's the magnets that they carry with them on vacation that is
Henry
attracting.
did go magnet fishing. We were doing a little magnet fishing off the pier. He didn't catch anything.
What is his goal? To get a grill, a lawn chair? What is he looking for? A bike?
Anything kind of big. We were over by a golf course, and he said, well, maybe someone drove one of the golf carts in or threw a club in when they got mad. Maybe I can find that. So
a golf cart. Well, there he is.
Yeah.
Little pins striper.
So, and then we were hunting for golf balls. So we'd pull the boat real close to the shore, and we'd get one of those extenders out and try to pull golf balls out of the water. So
I got to tell you, to that point, that's very zen. When our daughter was born, we lived on a golf course, and every morning I would walk her in that, what's that called, that front part?
A baby Bjorn?
Yeah, baby Bjorn. And I just walk her around the edge of the golf course, and I started finding golf balls. So that became a thing every morning. So I bring the golf balls in, and then I put them in this big box, and I wrote her a note with this, and she's going to keep this forever. Someday she'll open it and see all these golf balls and say, hey, when you were just born, I walked you around and we would find these golf balls together. So that's what I did. So it's very zen. I don't really play golf, but the whole thing is the golf courses are always beautiful. And when you watch golf, is it midnight somewhere? Are you going to turn into a werewolf? That sounds like a werewolf kind of thing.
That's not a baby.
No, it's not the baby. I think Hank's home. He went on a bowling trip with our friend and ate some sushi, and I think they're home. So,
well, there's an evening. Ate some sushi, went bowling, became a werewolf.
Yep. And it's
living the dream.
And it's another big day. The Titanic sunk, hit the iceberg today, 110 years ago. So that's mark that on your calendar.
There it is.
Somebody earlier in the show was saying, yes, spoiler alert, Titanic ends
sank.
with the boat sinking. Yes.
So at this time, 110 years ago, I don't know the time frame.
I don't know
let's
the
just
time
say
either.
we're in the time frame. They've hit the iceberg, and now they're thinking, well, it's the maiden voyage. This thing is built to hit something, I would imagine. And 2 hours later, half of them are dead.
Yeah, because I think it goes into the 15th. So it was kind of, in the
right.
evening.
Well, it lingered until it split in half. And then the ass end of the ship went up. And then I added my comment that the people in the movie that were falling into the ocean, they were going hee-haw as they hit the water. But that's my contribution.
Yes.
What does Ryan Seacrest have? What?
Not that.
Did he say they should put pyramids in Garry, Indiana as a tourist attraction? No, I did.
Nope.
We drove through Garry, Indiana on our way down here, and I thought of you as we passed the Garry, Indiana.
There was a name connection a little bit. And did you see the houses that have been abandoned and there's a tree growing through them?
And litter all over the road. I mean, we saw one poor guy picking up litter, and as I looked up the road, it was miles and miles, and I said, boy, one of you're going to be here all day. I mean,
thank God for him. Thank God somebody's doing it, because they don't. Now, let me ask you this. On the road trip all the way to the Carolinas, was there litter everywhere?
All over.
Yeah,
all over.
It's everywhere.
It was everywhere.
What have we done? Look what they've done to our country.
That and graffiti on places you go, huh?
How do they get
got up there and did graffiti? I mean, it's overpass on the back of signs in the middle over the overpasses, and it's just like, wow.
I'll tell you what, put me in charge for a week, and I'm going to kick some ass here. I've decided on my litter picker upper vehicle. I've added, you heard the show this week maybe, where I said, okay, to make this even more of a sell to these big cities, it picks up litter on the side of the road. It has a graffiti hose to scrape off all the graffiti, get all that off, and it's a water cannon for crowd control. 3-in-1. Everything that a big city needs.
And we found the person to make it for us, and that's Jeremy Renner, because he's got that new show, Renovations.
Yep.
And I'm just putting it out there, Jeremy. I think that you should make something for us. We can hang out together. I'll massage your leg because
yes,
it looks
we're
like
going to work. Before we get past Ken in the comment section, he's talking about Gary, Indiana. The city's almost abandoned. It's been a toilet for 50 some years. And here's me. I called the then mayor, this was years ago, to suggest some things, and she laughed at me. And I'm thinking, hey, it's an idea. It's better than nothing. And there they sit. You got the airport that they just can't quite make happen and everything else. And at least tear down the abandoned buildings that anybody can see as they go past it on the expressways, because these houses have been abandoned so long, there are trees growing through the roof.
Yeah.
That's the image.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't anybody get this, or am I just pissing in the wind here?
I don't know. That and the litter all over. I mean, I don't know.
Yes, that's all over the country.
I mean, where do you start?
Why is that? And it can't be just a garbage can blew over somewhere and the wind picked it up. These are people throwing shit out of their car windows.
Maybe it's the fact that, and not to get too deep here, but we've pushed the whole global warming thing. So people are thinking maybe it's too late for me to make any kind of difference. We just have to change the entire grid. When in fact, maybe if we had started talking in terms of the ecological impact that you can make, it would be stop littering. And nobody is talking about stop littering anymore.
The oceans, it's just all plastic.
Used to cry. Wasn't there a Native American that used to cry? Was that a campaign at one point?
Yes, it was. That the public service announcement was an Indian in a canoe, not too stereotypical, and he's rowing through all this trash. This was 50 some years ago. Turns out that was an Italian guy. He should have been on the Mario Brothers movie.
Exactly.
So they stopped doing that. So maybe that's why people gave up. Well, the Native American's not in the canoe anymore.
Okay, Scott wants to know what happened to the funny. I agree, Scott.
It's coming.
I consider this a little goo. We've gone through some goo. All right, we'll bring back the funny. We always do, don't we? Okay, Scott sent you that alligator head, right?
The gator head.
The gator head and the shrunken head.
And the shrunken head's back there, and the newest addition to the family is the.
Where? Whoa. Is that a dinosaur?
It is. It's a T-Rex head, but he's giving angry mama a run for her money. So there.
Yesterday, I posted the picture of the Brannick device that you have that Scott sent you that measures your foot. At least, do they still do that? I haven't been to a shoe store in so long. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I think it's all self-serve now. So maybe if there's one laying on the floor, you can slide your foot in there. But
okay, I don't mind doing it myself, but I prefer somebody else to do it.
Somebody else.
I like
with very slim fingers.
Yes, I like when somebody else takes that little metal sliding part and rubs the side of my foot. Ooh. I loved it as a kid, and I'll love it as an adult. Got no problem with that.
And I have
the
one
balloon. Do the foot again.
Yeah. Can you measure me again real slowly?
I have one other thing I sent Gary again. We find stuff on Facebook, and Gary says, "Really? Was that posted on Facebook? And if you posted it, they'd put you in jail. But if you want to put that up,
he sends me this stuff, and it's half naked women and everything else, and then I put up a toy gun." Okay, you got to look at this. Can we put that full screen, Alan, so people can get what we're? Okay, that's a shadow on that guy's stomach.
Oh my!
That's a shadow. It was on Facebook, right, Alan?
Yes, it was on Facebook. It was on Facebook. Yes.
Yeah, that's
this
okay.
Is like that other one you put with the lady in the bathtub. It's just the right.
That's okay.
Right.
Okay. I don't. And then he sent me this other one. This woman, and she's smiling. And I sent it to you, Leslie, because I'm not just talking through my keister here. I need people to back me up. She's got a thong on, and her hair is flared out from the thong, and she's smiling, and that's on Facebook.
We're not talking her hair. We're talking
her hair.
And that was an ad for OnlyFans. That was, if you clicked on that link, that was a promotion to OnlyFans. So I said to Garry, you need to get your OnlyFans site spun up, and then maybe you can post that and they won't flag you.
Really? This is insanity. Okay. Yeah.
So it turns out, what did you say? That OnlyFans is not just for sexy time?
That's what I was told, that you can put other stuff on there that's not sex.
Right. So it's kind of like the articles in Playboy. But there's no harm in you becoming that, maybe?
No, I'll
and
do.
And if you need to take off your top,
right.
You know, take
for
one
more
for
dollars.
the team.
I'll take more off if you give me more dollars. I'll Tibetan tongue suck if that's what it requires.
So, is that tutorial still coming up in the show? Is that?
Yes.
Or he can take his shoe off and they can measure his bare foot with the branding device. That would be an OnlyFans. That would be.
You know,
that would be
there are
someone.
plenty of people who would totally pay a lot of money to watch you
$11.95
twinkle
a month.
toes it there.
Then they wonder why people that are school teachers give that up at $35,000 a year and go to OnlyFans and make $35,000 a month.
Exactly.
Why would they do that? Well, do the economics. Yeah. Yeah.
God, I used to give it away for free.
Yeah. Rose said, here, back to reality, 18,000 cows were killed in a factory farm explosion in Texas. Really?
Once again, we need the funny. That was just
keep drinking.
Crazy, horrible.
Keep drinking.
Okay, we got another picture of that T-shirt that Leslie had in one of her.
I didn't end up grabbing that one.
You didn't? That one where it has the C word, but it's kind of disguised.
It's recycle, reuse, renew, and rethink.
And
mind you, all the REs are shared.
Can we find the shirt?
Yeah,
while we do
I'll
the
find
commercials.
It. You do the commercials, and I'll find it.
Oh.
Yeah, because we'll show the T-shirt, and I don't know if it's intentional and who would notice this. But first, homage, and then the Wisconsin report is coming up too. To our fine sponsors, first Bettenhausen Automotive.
Bettenhausen Dodge is putting out the last call on all editions of new Dodge Chargers and Challengers. This is absolutely your last chance to join America's ultimate high-performance driving legacy. Your best buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
Now they're, I guess, discontinuing that model, the Challenger and the Charger. But I saw a commercial for a Hornet, a Dodge Hornet. So maybe that's going to be the muscle car that replaces those two. I don't know. But I love muscle cars. That's America. You go to these other countries, and a lot of their cars are like amusement park cars. Yeah. America. That's where we live. All right. Now, last week, Mike Maskow, the proprietor of Roast to Order Coffee and Tea, was on. He gave away gift cards because he does that about once a month. And it's his wife's birthday. Sue, his wife, happy birthday.
Cheers.
They're going to some seafood place, I think, to celebrate. And he was telling me about it. He has to explain it because you might be familiar with it. I'll have him text you what it is.
The only seafood I know is that thing where you chew it up in your mouth and you go, seafood.
Okay. Now, how do you say that in Greek, Leslie? Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So coffee and tea. This is where you get it. It's delicious. That's how I start my day. You think there's goo ahead? Well, give yourself a chance. Here's my day. Flynn wakes me up. Time to walk him. Okay. Walk him. Come back. Feed him. And then I put the coffee on, my roast to order coffee. And then I wait for it to start brewing. And then I get the TV warmed up for Leave It to Beaver. So 2 beavers back to back. And then the day seems doable. And everything starts to fall into place. Do you want to do your coffee press? Do you want a canister? They've got that there at Roast to Order. You got scoopers. You got Roast to Order candles. Bold flavors.
We love sounds here. We're from the radio. That was our background from that era. So sound matters to us. When you put the vacuum into that canister, it is the coolest sound. And then when you pull out, oh God, if you get a chance, just buy the canister, buy a couple of pounds of coffee, and just enjoy that alone every morning. Is that that goes on there?
I like sounds. I
It's a
like
great
aromas, good aromas, and good sounds.
Oh,
there it is on the screen. And David Hochberg and his team will inform you. I called him today to get some advice about a mortgage that a friend of mine was looking at. And I said, David, can you help this person out? Give me their number. And they had a great conversation because things are so wackadoo with all that's going on that you need somebody who knows. And David went through 08 and he said 08 was the worst he's ever seen it. So if he can get through that, which he did, he's been doing this a long time, he can really give you some good advice. A free consultation by calling that number. That's what you do. David Hochberg, good guy. All right, Ryan, did you find it? You're muted.
Yes, I'm just trying. I was trying to get it loaded here. So here it is. Let me click on it here. I'll bring it up. Yes, it was from Walmart. This was something that Walmart pulled.
in Canada.
Yes.
It was not available here in the States, but one has to wonder if there wasn't something. Well, that's it. Now that's a nice T-shirt.
Yeah, I wish Walmart would handle those.
Yes.
Yes, I'm getting there. Sorry, it takes me a few clicks. While I click here.
Wait. So while he's doing that, I can see that a lot of you are just itching to do a hashtag.
You want to line that up?
I think maybe we should.
Okay, and you can tell us what you're giving away while Ryan finds this.
And that seems like a thing. Because when I dashed away during the Bettenhausen spot, it was to include a new hat, Project K9 Hero hat, in with the prize package. I wasn't going to give it away, but we have one for next week too. But let's remember that, yeah, that's a hell of an organization. You know what? Honestly, Greg, that's brilliant. Let's do that. Let's do hashtag, because I don't know where we're going here, but that's freaking funny. I like that.
Hashtag. All right, keep it simple, folks.
I love when you guys give us the ideas. But okay, so in light of it being Greek Easter, there's a slime-filled Easter egg. I'm going to put 2 of those in there. We got the ball liquor. We got the wine condom. This is what started it all, is the wine condom. But now we've got some new things to add, including a T-shirt from our favorite house band. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I have to say thanks to Brian and Sandy for sending me an oh, yes.
That's your personal cocktail glass?
Yes. I was going to put wine in it, but it seemed inappropriate. I'm going to make a Negroni, I think, later.
Watch your mouth.
Anyway, we got some bendables. Thank you, Tracy from Wisconsin.
Hey, so you're going to have to put a box together.
She also put together some tattoos, temporary ones, so you can practice without ever having to commit.
Permanent.
And Scott from Scott's Vintage Antiques and Collectible. A classic hand buzzer.
Oh my God.
Lordy. I mean, do you remember these things?
Oh yeah, that went with the whoopee cushion and the melted ice cream and the puke pad and
exactly. We gave a whoopee cushion away last week. We got the hand buzzer this week.
Nice.
I mean, seriously, folks, how many other fucking
that ball liquor, if you don't know, that's to wash your golf balls. And if you watched the Masters last week, a lot of guys were washing their balls off on the side. You got to have a clean ball.
Oh, that's what they say. So,
all right, hashtag, put it in the queue. And that's going to be quite the prize package for somebody. Ryan, did you find it?
I did. I have it loaded.
All right, here we go. This is that T-shirt. Okay. Do you think this was intentional? Look at cycle, use, do, think, and you get the C word.
Mm-hmm.
And if they didn't want that to be the case, recycle, renew, reuse.
Think
is usually the way it goes down.
Yeah, so somebody knew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
the C word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At least there's a word that still has maximum punch. as I mentioned this week on one of our shows, in the UK, that word is hello. It's completely acceptable. Here, when you pull that out, that is the word. That still does it.
It makes people do that.
That's the double dog dare kind of word, that's the, you save that to the, Yeah.
I worked with a guy who called his parents that. I was there.
I was going to say that. I think you've told that story.
I know. I still, it's one of those things where what a moment. We had only been working together a few months and went and visited his parents. And he went to the refrigerator, looked in there and slammed the door. And he said, who the C word? And his parents were standing right there, ate all the carrot cake.
Oh.
What C word ate the carrot cake? And those are the moments. And this is many years ago, completely embedded in my head.
And what'd they say? Oh, John, your dad did?
The family was so into that kind of dialogue together that it was no big deal, which also shocked me. Coming from this Midwest Catholic family, and they lived on the West Coast. I guess that's how people talk there.
I met a guy this week who said, oh, I hate that. And he goes, oh, please, excuse me. And I said, excuse you for what? He said, hate was not a word that we used in our home.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow. You know what? Isn't that kind of sweet that somebody grew up that way? Meanwhile, you've got people calling their parents the
C word. Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay.
Before that, the worst thing was that your friend's mom coming down, right, in her
bra and girdle as I'm sitting in their wash tub in the basement, and then says to me, well, doesn't your mother walk around like this? And I'm 8 years old. Swing. No. Okay. And now you know why I'm weird. Seen some things. I've been peed in my eye. I trusted somebody. I should have known then when I was about 10 not to trust people when they say, look in that hole in the plywood. I was too trusting.
Wow.
And they peed in the hole as I was looking in there. And
when Kelly and Ryan were saying their goodbyes, did they talk about stuff like this?
Now that would be a show that I'd watch.
Had been peed in the eye.
Right.
And
now
then I had to drag my accordion home.
Right. I was practicing my accordion with these two brothers, and we're in their basement. And after a little while, that one guy said, hey, go see something really cool by looking through that hole in the plywood over there. And I did. And Kelly, one of the brothers, peed in my eye. And I was so freaked out that I dragged my accordion 5 blocks home because I didn't want to even call my mother to pick me up. That kind of story is how you end
memorable.
A run.
Exactly.
Right. Hey, I was at my partner's house, his parents' house, and he went to get the carrot cake and it was gone. And he slammed the door and said, which one of you cunts ate the carrot cake? That's a story. That's what you want to hear on your last show.
Yeah.
We're good. Oh,
I
come
think
on, Greg. We're lightened up. We know it's just a word.
That's right. Greg is just saying that to everybody else. It's just a word.
Just saying.
Yeah, no big.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Look at me. I'm jumping on him. Didn't mean that.
Well, if Ryan doesn't do his report, we're going to hit the top of the hour.
I know.
I'm going to traffic, sports, and weather, and that's 15 minutes.
I'll have it wrapped up here in 2 minutes. I didn't do a recorded report because I'm on the road, but since it's 4/14 today is 414 day in Milwaukee because that's the area code. So that's a big deal in Milwaukee. You can get beer cheap. You can go so there's a whole list of different events that are for 414 day.
Wait
Wisconsin is definitely the weirdest state in the union now.
That's why we have Ryan on, because he's got a shitload of material.
You could go.
Wait a minute. 414 is the area code in what sector of Wisconsin?
Milwaukee. So it's 414 day in Milwaukee. The mayor had a proclamation, and then you can go to the Harley Davidson Museum and get in for $4.14. I mean, there's a whole list here I have of events you can celebrate today. Yep,
that's precious.
Seriously, move over Florida, because here comes
and
Wisconsin.
Lots of bars, lots of incentives to go out and drink. So that's. If
Amy says St. Louis has 314 days. So this must be a thing around the country.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That and
well, I guess we missed 407 here in Orlando.
Is that what yours is, Alan?
Yeah, 407. I still have 312.
on June
I'm
30th,
still here.
folks.
Yeah, Alan's a transplant from Chicago. His is 312. Oh, there we are.
There we are.
We got to hit the traffic, news, weather, sports, and the baby crying.
And the baby crying.
And when the baby cries, it's the top of the hour.
Yes, it's not the rooster or the cock
wolf
that crows. It's
that wolf.
Baby cries.
Teacher says every time a baby cries, an angel gets its wings.
And the other thing is, it was National Burrito Day, and Jody Chestnut was in Milwaukee and won.
How this guy doesn't choke to death, I don't know. How many did he eat?
Yes, he finished first place, 14.4 burritos in 10 minutes to come from behind to win.
Really? And he wins a good amount of money doing this.
Yeah. And it says it's something he loves. He loves the contest and loves eating.
I would imagine.
That was his quote in the paper.
That's like Ryan Seacrest saying, I love words. That's why I'm on radio and television.
It's his bread and butter.
I love words.
It's his bread and butter.
It's his bread and butter.
Yes.
Oh, Kelly. Oh, God. I can't believe this is over.
So.
And did I send you any other pictures to show?
No,
that's all of them?
That was all of them.
Okay. All right. All right. Leslie's got some stuff, and then we're going to give away something.
Let's see what we've got here.
Oh, that sun looks nice, doesn't it? That looks really
You know,
warm.
and if this were a proper kind of arrangement, I would have that closed and it would be very generic looking in the background. But I love this weather. I'm going to embrace it. We teased a couple of these at the beginning of in our teaser. Go figure. We tease things during the teaser, but let's start with the Naples, Florida Police Department has some splaining to do about their security protocols after a man was able to break into their headquarters and spend a good long time before being intercepted. This comes after a man named Joseph Moulton was able to pry open a security door on the police station, make his way to a locker room, take a shower, put on a police uniform and a bulletproof vest, and leave without anyone stopping him. Surveillance video also showed Mr. Moulton pooping on the floor of a women's restroom and sitting inside a squad car during the approximately 2 hours he spent on the premises. 6 hours later, though, he was placed under arrest and is now facing multiple charges, but it's the Naples Police Department that has been left here with egg on their face.
Do you think Ryan Seacrest has any stories like that? Kelly? Okay, one time I broke into a police department. I took a shower, put on a bulletproof vest. I took a dump in a women's fitting. Where did he take the dump?
In the restroom.
In the restroom. And yeah, I've got stories. Now that's an interesting guy, Ryan. And yet Ryan's a multimillionaire.
Words are my bread and butter.
They're my bread and butter, Kelly.
An OnlyFans contributor in the United Kingdom is lucky after her barely escaping drowning, trapped in a flooded cave while taking topless selfies. Michaela Ogilvy was apparently so caught up in capturing her light that she didn't notice when the tide came in and trapped her inside the isolated cove at Dumpton Gap. She says, quote, "I'm massively into mindfulness, and I think I got lost in the moment." Lucky for her, she had a signal, so she was able to call for help, which arrived about 25 minutes later. She sums up her experience saying, "I'm so grateful to be alive. It's crazy."
Ooh. Dumpton Gap is a great clown name and should be the title of her OnlyFans page. Hey, come to Dumpton Gap.
Check out my Dumpton Gap.
Yes.
Speaking of being caught in caves, a female athlete in Spain stepped into the sunshine today after spending 500 days living in a cave. 50-year-old extreme athlete Beatriz Flamini was wearing dark glasses and a smile when she exited the cave outside Granada, whatever, to a full court press of reporters. She says the time she spent 230 feet in the dark, quote, what had flown by. She says, "When they came in to get me, I was asleep. I thought something had happened. I said, 'Already? Surely not. I haven't finished my book.'" Her endeavor to study, among other things, circadian rhythms breaks all previous records for cave dwelling. In addition to writing this whatever kind of memoir she's writing, Ms. Flamini says she spent the majority of her time exercising, painting, drawing, and knitting woolly caps.
And when she saw her shadow, 6 more weeks of winter.
She went back in.
Okay. All right.
Did they grab her by the nape of the neck and just hang her
Right,
up?
they held her up. There she is. Okay, we ready to give away stuff?
Hashtag.
Here it goes. Hit it, Ellen. You want to say hello to somebody from America's Game?
Hello and goodbye, Ryan Seacrest.
Karen. All right, Alan,
you're-
what should she do?
I think Karen knows pretty well, but if she doesn't remember, it's email Garry Meier Show at GarryMeier.com or text 773-888-2157 so that Leslie can give her life savings to the USPS and get those packages out to you right away.
All right, congrats, Karen.
You guys, I think postage has gone up because I know last week's package was kind of chock full, but I'm thinking it's costing a little more these days. So
What are you saying in so many not words?
it cost about $3 more to send last week's prize than it has in previous weeks.
Okay, we might have to cut back on the prizes then, right?
Sorry. Oh, but I love
I know.
giving. We're all about giving.
Well, when I start my OnlyFans page where you'll see stripping for dollars, we'll
There
be
you
able
go.
to cover that.
You know, words may be your bread and butter, but you know, the cherry on this ice cream is sitting right there. It's
Yes,
sitting right there.
wherever that cherry is. All right. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend. Talk to you on Monday. And Cave Dwelling or Cave Dweller is a great clown name, according to a listener. 3 in the green. Hey, cannoli. Take it. It's complimentary. There it is. All right. What about the schnauzer, Leslie?
You know, I would take a picture of the schnauzer, but make sure that you're not in, what is that, Dumpton Cove?
Gap.
Dumpton Gap.
Dumpton
'cause
Gap. Right on.
Bad things can happen.
3 in the green. Gear is down. Flaps are down. The voice of the globe. The GarrForce has landed.
Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And please, please, please tell your friends and family to like and subscribe too.
YouTube.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. That's what you should do. That's where we gather. Boom. Shakalaka.